So let us start. Anibanda? Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, sometimes even good morning and good night. So it's a privilege that we are in the third week of our 1 month program, short duration program on rural artificial intelligence for rural development and agriculture. Uh, this is our second program, online international short duration course. Earlier we have done on rural development project management, and now it's artificial intelligence, because everywhere now this term, whatever it may be, the artificial intelligence, without this we can't move any. And today's we are happy to inform that in our budget speech, Honorable Finance Minister of Government of India also mentioned they are going to start a center of excellence in artificial intelligence, and so that the importance is going up for each and every sector. And we are happy that we have also initiated this thing, and we are more happy to announce that today we have Professor Omlan Chakraborty with a vast experience, more than 20 years of experience in engineering, education, and research. He is the chief coordinator of International Center of Excellence for Data Science, Artificial Intelligence, and Futuristic Technologies, a prestigious initiative by the Department of Higher Education, Government of West Bengal. And he always, Professor Chakraborty always want to foster the innovation and collaboration in this emerging field, and to create a global impact through cutting edge research and education. With his strong background and experience in quantum computing, having completed his PhD and postdoctoral research in this domain at the University of Calcutta, and as well as at Princeton University, respectively. He has also received multiple awards and fellowship for his contribution to the engineering science, such as Young Scientist Award, Boy Scout Fellowship, and senior member of IEEE recognition. In addition, he has extensive knowledge and experience in the machine learning, computer vision, cyber physical system, and reconfigurable computing, having published around more than 200 research papers, and secured several projects, both national as international funding agency. So with this vast experience, when the government of India is thinking for center of excellence in AI, and he already is running international center for AI, so we can see that how the futuristic his thought and ideas and that. And Professor Chakraborty, I would like to inform you that the Global Forum for Sustainable Rural Development is a platform academician, policymakers, as well as the practitioner. Last 3 years, we are trying our level best to reach to different people at in different level. And we are happy that right now we have reached to more than 130 countries, in fact 132 countries, and people for different areas. And there are a lot of application, but we have selected till date 55 country directors, and we have 6 continental office. I mean, they are categorizing, and over 100 plus organization and institutes are working both in the terms of university as well as some small NGOs also from different countries, as it is a grassroots level thinking and other. We have one international journal on sustainable rural development, and we have started the short duration courses. Recently, we have collaborated with University of Ilorin in Africa, Nigeria, and there are a number of other universities are also joining with us, and we are very happy and glad that you are with us. And but the thing is, my request will be, as Abhishek is there, and I used to come. My place is West Bengal, so I am being brought up there, and right now board of director for Bandhan Bank also. As I did in microfinance, presently in the Tripura University, heading the rural development department. So I would like to request after this class or after this session, though you have a, how you can also support us in a journey, because with this artificial intelligence we can't move anywhere. So I'm sure that you are quite busy, and it is obviously, but with your team also, if you support with us, how we can reach to the more people, more. So how best we can use the AI for rural development, like maybe rural bot or something. We can think for that. So that we'll discuss. But it's a great opportunity to have you, so that's why I am taking this in front of all the participants, so that later part I can take you. So with this short introduction and request, I would like to take you in this dance, and all these participants are from various countries and these things, and they are joining, and they will join. And, now floor is to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, and yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all, and thanks for this initiative. Actually, I think this is a that means I the introduced to this particular society by Abhishek, right? As you know, Abhishek is my good colleague. That means I know him for a long time. So that means, and he's also a good researcher. So he came and he said that that means a particular meeting or a sort of discussion will be organized for the Society for Research and Development. Yeah, that means, and for rural area is a focus. So you rightly the pitch you made. I think that is also our pitch. We have some of our senior researchers and some of the junior researchers from our group also participating here. So presently we are heavily working on to use analytics, to solve the problems. Some of the very important societal problems like water, agriculture, food, and health. Okay, so if you come to my research lab, I invite all of you. In fact, so whoever are there, in this today's discussion. So we are doing and the presentation what I will give today will have two parts. The part one, I will try to introduce the entire spectrum of IoT, LLM, and analytics, right? And then I have with me a senior researcher of my lab, the DST woman scientist, Dola Gupta. She will be presenting two of the case studies which we have, which we have developed fully. Right. And there are other things which are also happening in our lab. Due to the time, obviously, we cannot present everything what is happening in our lab, but obviously if the members here connects with us, that means, and the society wants a sort of help from us, obviously we will be very we're looking forward to contribute immensely for analytics, data science, and AI for the society. So I'm very happy that this that means all of you are that means focusing on this particular topic. You have a lot of international members, participants in this particular forum, which obviously makes the problem not only in the level of our country, but also takes the problem to the various countries who are associated with this particular society and the researchers in this in these countries and the institutes and organizations who are there. So let me start my presentation. I will request Dola to help me in pushing the slide. And I will take the initial 10 to 15 minutes of this discussion, and then it will go over to Dola. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can go for full screen, Dola. I think a presentation mode. Presentation mode. You can go. Yeah. Dola, if you can go to the presentation mode of the slide. Is it possible?
So I'm trying, but I don't know. From here, it is in the presentation mode.
Okay, fine. So, but we, I think, are viewing that. Okay, yeah, that means have you did the sharing the slide? Have you did the
Yes,
share?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, but it is not.
We can see it. We can see it.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
see it, but it's not the presentation mode. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay, let's come up. Okay, so
I think we need to share the right window.
yeah, I think you need to share the full screen.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah,
I
you need
have
to share the full.
shared the window.
Yeah, you need to share the full screen. Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, now it's perfect. Yeah. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you see, so the presentation of the today's discussion topic, okay, is AI for agriculture. Obviously, as we know that agriculture is a domain where, okay, where large number of people are involved, especially in India. India is majorly driven by agriculture, and there are other countries, I also believe, from where you are. Okay, but what we try to focus upon in our lab in University of Calcutta, School of Information Technology, we try to focus that is how we can make the technologies which are available and which are very much okay, which makes our life easy. Can we integrate those technologies and help the domain of the farmers, help the okay, to manage the okay, farm products very efficiently. So you will see some of the case studies when Dola will present. Okay, yeah, next. Yeah, so this is the agenda. We will try to discuss that the large language models, as we know that these are okay. This for the last, I think, the 3+ years is just okay, is just covering all the domains, and we have tried to integrate this LLM with IoT monitoring, which opens up the space that the better way of analyzing or better way of describing the data and capturing the data in a better form, so that we can develop very good applications to the integration of IoT and LLM. Okay, we'll discuss on that, and we will go into the case studies and okay, from agricultural domain, from food domain, from okay, and then we actually discuss some of the future scope. Okay, yeah, next one. Okay. So as we know that, okay, the Internet of Things, the term, what it tells, Internet of Things is that means connected to internet, right? And that is opportunity, okay, which means that, okay, the internet is normally connected with computers, so that the number of computer terminals can exchange their data, okay, either that globally, okay, we can have the globally we can but now what happens now that devices which are which have us okay, have some sort of computation in terms of okay, data ports, okay, in terms of data ports, in terms of okay, maybe a processing unit and memory, okay, so those things makes a device which can be connected through a network, and to the sensors the device are connected. The sensors takes the data from the real environment and tries to store the data initially in the device, which is the IoT node, and then to the internet connectivity, which is basically a wireless internet connectivity. Okay, there are various protocols by which we can connect the wireless internet connectivity, and we can actually transfer the data. We can transfer the data to the various devices, or to the various locations, like the cloud storage, okay, or we can push it to some server. Okay, now as the present, please go on the previous slide, Dulaya. Yeah, so the present focus here is that means why this is required. Why IoT is required? Because if you are trying to get into the domains where we require real interaction with the environment, okay, we need to capture the instantaneous data, right? And right, and the instantaneous data or data over a long period of time, okay, to understand what is happening in the scenario. So obviously environmental monitoring, okay, monitoring the patient's progress in a particular medical procedure, okay, before a medical that is what is the present status of the patient and what happens after some procedure has been done. Okay, similarly, the things which are happening in a busy city like a smart city, right? Okay, we have so many things in a smart city, like the traffic of the smart city, the environment of the smart city, the water, the power. Okay, so many things are there. Smart homes in a smart city. So all these applications, right, and industrial automation. Okay, I forgot that. So industrial automation, because now in the industrial automation we have several processes which goes one after another, and if we have this Internet of Things, okay, probably the systems which are actually doing the process, they can communicate with each other, because now they are things and now they have internet. Okay, so they are communicating with each other. Okay, right, and we can also have the electronic arms, like robotic arms, okay, which can work, okay, instead of a human, and can generate a lot of okay, process, okay, can do the process faster and can do the process in a more seamless way. Okay, so there are a lot of advantages if we try to capture the data to the IoT devices and try to use the data on the processes, okay, which are ranging over environment, smart city, health, and industrial automation. But having said so, there are certain challenges. Okay, challenges is obviously that means you have to handle a good amount of data, right? And you have to use the data appropriately, because some of the data can be just noise data, okay, which are not proper data. You have to understand what is the data you're capturing from your IoT, and how best you can utilize that data. Okay. Secondly is that you require a lot of resources, because as data is there, the data needs to be converted to information and then some sort of knowledge and decision. Okay. So if you have to do that, you have to process the data, okay, right? And if you have to process the data, then you require resources, infrastructures. Infrastructures are of different layers in IoT, which starts from the edge, which is the lowest layer of infrastructure, which is obviously a very small quantity, and then it goes to fog, and then it can also go to the cloud, which is obviously enormous distributed system, okay, right? And when there is a data flow between multiple systems, multiple entities in your system, you have to be very careful about the security and the privacy of the data, because if you look into this data, can be the data of a person, this data can be a data of a manufacturing unit, which shouldn't go outside the manufacturing unit. Okay, this data may be of a typical environment, okay, which your state or government or a particular society wants to preserve and don't want to get this out. Okay, so there are proper methodologies should be taken care of, so that okay, these things are in proper way. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the scenario what actually happens in basically IoT ecosystems. Okay, so you see that there are different types of IoT applications, as we see here. Okay, there may be IoT applications for environment, which collects the data from the fields, from the atmosphere, from the water resources, whatever. Okay, whatever happening in the environment. Okay, there are industrial IoT applications where the IoT systems captures the data, okay, from different industrial processes, and tries to understand that what are the completion, what is the process quality, what is the completion time of the process, what are for the raw materials required in the process, the number of products generated in the process, and every step it can be monitored. Okay, a lot of data is captured for maintenance of the instruments, because now you know the instruments. Okay, they are very complex. They may be very heavy. They may be very large, right? How you know that which particular component of the system is not working properly? So now you can have a data-centric, sensor-based capture of the data for the different components of a system. Okay, right? And the data can give you a lot of analytics, a lot of ways to explore that whether a particular component is working functionally properly. Okay, there are services like metering services of the energy, metering services for water, which are remotely okay. That means the customers end those meters are placed. Okay, but through this through the sensor and communication interface of the IoT, this data comes to the central station where the metering can be properly taken care of. Okay, and obviously when we try to work with different types of moving objects, right? Basically for the livestock, and maybe your parental, that means where the persons who are aged. Okay, all this data can be also trapped to this to the devices which are attached with the body. Okay, right, and you can capture the data. Okay, next. Yeah, so I think I will try to take you one particular generic example. Okay, where I will take you that why LLM. So what we have seen the data, we have seen the network, right? And we have seen some of the very generic applications. Now we haven't touched LLM still. Okay, so LLMs are large language models. Okay, which tries to analyze a given natural language, right, and try to understand that particular content or the context of the natural language, and it tries to give a response. Okay, tries to give a response. And if you have a generator LLM can be two types. One is a generator LLM, and one is an analyzer LLM. If it is a generator LLM, like the most common example, like ChatGPT, what we have, the generator LLM can also answer to the query. Not only understand your query, can answer to your query. Okay, so we have tried to fit a sort of generator LLM in our IoT application, and I think Dola will touch all those. But I will just try to go through an example case where we will try to tell you that, hey, why this LLM is required. Okay, suppose this example. Okay, say a healthcare assistant for remote patient monitoring, which means that a patient is having some sort of sensor which captures some of its body signals. Okay, it may be it may be your heart rate, it may be your body temperature, it may be your blood flow. Okay, it can be small scale. Okay, that means some type of ECG or EEG signals also. Okay, so for example, we take a smartwatch. Okay, smartwatch captures some of this data. Okay, not all. So so the first thing is that the smartwatch captures all the data. Okay, so what a user, that means, see, if you're a knowledgeable user can know what this whole set of data of the smartwatch actually tells. Okay. May not be all persons who are using the smartwatch are that knowledgeable. What they do, they capture the data and they try to write it or try to store it somewhere, and then they connect with the doctor and tell, hey doctor, these are my data, these are the different points of my day, hours of my day, okay, and suggest me, right? So what if the suggestion, okay, the preliminary suggestion automatically comes through certain artificial intelligence agent, okay, right? And that's the case. So what happens is that, so the data is captured, and then there is a prompt. The prompt may be a system prompt, okay. System prompt means after capturing the data, automatically the prompt will be coming. A prompt will be generated, right, without user whatever user gives, that prompt is the basic prompt. Okay, so it tells that what is the health alert analysis risk of this particular data. Okay, so what happens, this prompt health alert analysis, okay, now calls an LLM. Okay, why LLM? Because this particular request needs to be understood well. What is this request? Okay, so LLM understands the request and understands that, okay, this data now needs to be analyzed. Okay, so what LLM does, LLM actually analyzes the data, right? It has the knowledge, okay, to analyze the values, what has been generated by the different parameters, right? And try to interpret those values and then give a response to that, okay? So the LLM understanding those values responses that, hey, your heart condition is good, or it can go further that hey, it seems that today you need to take a bit of rest, okay? Or it also can tell that, okay, it seems that it is better to consult a doctor, right? Or it can go further. Many of the countries, okay, still a suggestion for for a medical treatment is not permitted by an artificial agent. But suppose we go further, okay, the medical treatment can also be suggested by an agent. Okay, so this particular reply can be that is, okay, say, hey, why don't you start this medicine from today, right, and consult a doctor immediately when you have some time. Okay, so these are the so why LLM is needed. LLM is just needed to actually facilitate the stakeholder or the user in a better way, in a more holistic way, and try to connect the data with the associated knowledge repositories and give a very holistic reply, okay, to the end user. And that's why what is the LLM. Okay, yeah, next. So yeah, so as I said, I will not get into details of this. As I said, that what it requires is that now we need to make a better interpretation of the IoT data, to make a better support for the IoT. We need to actually make an LLM connected IoT service, which will be more holistic, which will use the IoT data as well as the knowledge repositories which are already existing. You can also give a direct web service through a doctor's call, right? And you can all integrate to the present technology of LLM, which actually takes the the agentic AI model. Okay, next. Yeah, so this is what is, I'm not telling, this is what is entirely the things. Okay, so the data coming from the IoT device goes through a prompt manager, okay, which is obviously a very trained system which generates a prompt, right? And the prompt actually goes to the knowledge service, okay, right? And obviously the LLM, what is being shown here is the Mistral AI, okay, which is an open source AI, or maybe any sort of the LLM which is open source, where you can develop your own model. Is called an open source LLM, okay, right? And then through this prompt system management, and through the knowledge repository through which this LLM is connected, you can always give a better service, and the service will be very close to the particular user. Okay, next. So this is what I'm trying to say here, is that means obviously when some intelligent person sees the data, okay, when an intelligent person sees the data, okay, right, he actually, either through his own intelligence or through some intelligence which are captured, okay, fires the solution to the to the user. Okay, similarly that with using LLM, what you are trying to do, you are trying to take the data from an IoT device and trying to interpret the data using this LLM model, and with the knowledge base which is connected with the LLM, okay, to a better way, right? And that actually helps immensely to the to the user, right? And this can be in your own language, in your vernacular language, in your native language. So all sorts of things you can connect now. Okay, next. Yeah. So this is the entire process of LLM. Okay. it is the entire process of LLM, which which helps us to. I'm not again getting details of this, so it involves a lot of things. It involves first of all the data. Okay, what is coming. So I given a very oversimplified example. There's smartwatch, but it can be a very large number of sensors, like what Dola will show. It can be a large number of sensors in experimental setup. A lot of parameters are being captured. Okay, then what you have to know, that means you have to do some sort of feature analysis, and then the LLM takes those data coming from that sensor, and then it connects to a knowledge repository, through some service or through some RAG type of architecture. And there can be some sort of well-trained system prompts generated. Through all this support, the LLM will ultimately churn out a very beautiful reply or a very beautiful suggestion, for the data which has been generated by this IoT device. Next. But there are certain challenges, as I say, that we need to work a bit here. Though the LLMs are strong, but the domain-specific LLMs, or we call that small language models, SLM, or domain-specific LLMs, are still need to be well done, because for an LLM which is servicing a patient on an agriculture, you need not to train the LLM for the whole lot of data in the world. Right, you need to train that with the appropriate data for the agriculture or for the health, and also you have to know what are the services which are available, so that you can connect with some of the runtime services in this particular domain, and ultimately you have to make the things very effective, very lightweight, so that it doesn't require more resources, because cost and infrastructure is one of the thing is there. So there are examples which are already existing, like AgroGPT, BioGPT of Google, which are being deployed for I think within the next within a few 1 or 2 years, these models are working. But there's an enormous opportunity to take these models ahead, and connect it to our IoT experiments or IoT projects and applications. Next. Yeah, so these are some examples. You can get into this example, which is AgroGPT, where you can actually show an image of an agricultural fruit or agricultural plant. And a lot of informations will be generated in terms of its health, in terms of its pest condition. And it shows that as AgroGPT is especially trained for this agricultural data, it works better for the LLMs which are trained with a larger corpus, but not any specific agricultural data like your bird and like your llama and all these models. Next. Yeah, so now I end here because I ended for 2 reasons. I think Dola has done all this work, so Dola should be the right person to present this. And also the other issues that I have another scheduled meeting which is coming up. But already the knocking is going on. So try to so I say Dola to continue here, and be connected with me, Dola, Abhishek is the right person to get connected with us, and the society. And again, thank you very much. Thank you very much for supporting this and for inviting us. And now Dola will take over. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you, Professor Amlan Chakraborty.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Can you unmute yourself, Dola? Yeah.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah. Please continue.
Very good evening and good morning, good afternoon, whatever, to all the people attending this workshop. So as Amlan sir has already given a elaborated application of LLMs with IoT. I would take up the 2 case studies that we are doing in our lab, which is related to this workshop. Apart from this, we are also having 4 or 5 other projects where we are integrating IoT with other technologies. Here in this workshop, we specifically took IoT with LLMs. So here we have 2 projects where in one we are designing to help the food supply management for a farmer or a small village businessman who wants to for him to supply his semi-perishable crops or fruits from one place to another. And second, we are having this plant research where we are also integrating the smart watering and gardening system through LLM models. So in the first project, we have 3 interns, Abhishek Kanti, Shubham Chatterjee, and Shubhodipendra from University of Calcutta. And for the plant project, we have Sri Gopalaraju. He is also attending today's workshop. So if there are any queries on the implementation part, so we will together take care of the questions. So this is the design of the food system. The main problem why we concentrated on this problem was since from the very beginning, we have been said that AI is inevitable. Everyone has to implement AI, but whether it is applicable for the farmers, the people who are not AI aware. So but we have something that if people are using this digital payment systems, so today the farmers are using, the rickshawala is using, everyone is converting into digital platform. So if we had something which would guide them, if something, the LLM models, they can talk to you, they can give you something which is user friendly. So it is not necessary for you to know the prompt engineering, but whatever you ask them, they will be able to answer you. So what we did was we were more concentrated on the problem and the application of different technologies and the algorithms that we are developing in our lab. So what we did in the food thing was we integrated multimodal analysis where we had the images of different fruits and vegetables, and we related that through different sensors, because as the vegetables go from fresh to rotten, there are different stages, and there is a specific time span where you can not only detect that from the images but also from sensors, gas sensors like methane, CO2, etc. So we had a multimodal analysis of the sensors as well as the images, and we integrated that to an LLM model so that we have a holistic approach of a total mobile app where if you are a farmer, you just click a picture and you know the lifespan of that specific fruit or vegetable which is semi-perishable, and some financial loss or some supply chain management help to the farmers. So this is the whole architecture where we have the food sample. It can be a conveyor belt, or it can be a mart where the vegetables and fruits are kept. We can click pictures, and that picture through the microcontroller goes to the database, and we have developed a web app which after the query is given goes to the AI agentic models. So the people who want to know what is AI agents are, since we all know that large language models use a huge computational cost for running these models. So we have some AI agents which are domain specific. So if we use that AI agents and build the app through the AI agent, or build our model through the AI agent, so we reduce some of the computational cost, and then the query is answered. So the 3 components of our mobile app are AI food analyzer, inventory management, and the inventory which is kept in the vicinity. So this is the food analyzer, the screen, the image of the food analyzer, and how it goes to the LLM models, and what the tools that we have used in our architecture is displayed here. So this is the web application. This is how the different pages of our mobile app shows. So you can see there are different sectors where you have the inventory part, the food analyzer part, and the inventory manager, who tells you what should be the expected expiry date of your food. So let us go through a small video. So just tell me if this is audible.
Welcome to our inventory management web app. This app is designed with three main sections: inventory, AI food analyzer, and AI inventory manager. Let's explore these features together. We are currently on the home page. Let's start by navigating to the inventory section. In this section, we can see that there are 11 items in our inventory. And on clicking the inventory, we can view a detailed table of all items currently stored. The table displays the food items along with their respective quantities and expiry dates, making it easy to manage your stock at a glance. Let's move to the next section, that is the AI food analyzer. Here, users can either click photos or upload images of food items to receive detailed insights. So let's try it out. I'll choose a photo of this apple from the gallery.
So if a farmer is unable to
Analyze.
click on pictures, and he
AI
can
model
send the
processes
pictures,
the
and
input along with
another
the
person can
location,
upload for them.
factoring the current weather conditions of that area. It also performs a comprehensive search through the web and a custom knowledge base to provide the most accurate expiry date predictions. After analyzing the uploaded image, the result is displayed. If
So this is
desired,
the real-time
users can
data.
quickly add the analyzed item to their inventory by clicking the Add to Inventory button. As we see here, the apple has been successfully added to our inventory. Finally, we have the AI Inventory Manager. As the name suggests, this feature helps you keep track of your inventory effortlessly. Users can ask questions like, what should I consume first? Or what items have expired? The inventory manager is equipped with a web tool and the database to ensure it provides the latest and most relevant information about any food item. It acts as a personal assistant, making inventory decisions smarter and more efficient. All the intelligence powering this app comes from our AI agent. Here we are on Langsmith, where we can track all the decisions made by the AI agent for a particular API call. For instance, in one API call, we can see that the agent chose to utilize the vision model first to analyze an image, and then decided to search the web for additional information. This ability to dynamically decide between different tools ensures the AI agent provides accurate and relevant results, making it highly adaptable and efficient. That concludes our demonstration of the inventory management web app. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.
Thank you all for watching this. And this is the second use case that we will be going through. That was the food inventory management system. And this is the AI model for plant research. Here we have incorporated not only the different types of soil, but also the water management, where the water scarcity is there, and still you can have your own garden and control it through a mobile app and using LLM. So here what we have contributed is we have taken something called the hydrogels or some external additives which can increase the soil moisture retentivity. So what we mean by soil moisture retentivity is when these polymers are soaked in water, and they swell up to 200% of their original size, and they have a capacity of holding the water up to 2 to 3 days. So what we did was we experimented the plants with and without hydrogel for their water retentivity and growth. And we also checked the parameter which is very important, that is the CO2 emission of the plants. So with this we have got very fascinating results that usage of hydrogels can influence the CO2 emission or absorption of the surrounding, where we have already filed a patent for this. And I'll show you all the results. And this results are obtained through AI models, and that is again embedded in the LLM models. And we have a mobile app through which you can control the water flow of your garden. So here you can see this is these pictures are from our lab, where you can see the green gram plant, the marigold, the brinjal. We have at least 10 to 15 different type of plants, where we have only shown the results of 3 green gram plants because they are the source of emission of CO2. And we had taken one flowering plant. We had considered marigold because this is the season here. And we had also taken the brinjal plant. So on my left-hand side, you can see the 3 arrangements where we had taken the data without hydrogel, the soil water retentivity, the carbon dioxide emission, and etc. of these 3 plants. And from our right side, you can see that we have applied hydrogel in those 3 plants. And then we had again examined the parameters like soil moisture, temperature, humidity, and carbon dioxide emission. So what we found was not only the soil moisture retentivity graph was very smoothened and steady in case of hydrogels, but the CO2 of the surrounding was highly lowered when applied with hydrogel through the plants. You can see the data that has been given here is of green gram plant, where the average emission of CO2 was around 450 to 500, and that has been lowered to 400 and below. So this was one of the major discoveries that we had done through the IoT implementation, because hydrogel studies have been done for years, but the kinematics of the different types of parameters that can be very well studied through the time series that we obtained from the IoT setups that we have in our lab. So this is the LLM model that we are incorporating with this. And this LLM part is majorly done by Gopala Raju. He's the intern from Andhra Pradesh. He's working with us. And this is the different sensors, API, and the things that we have incorporated. And I would like you to see this video also, and you will see that since this is also in training mode, we have some hallucination in the output of the LLM models. So what we have done is we have used Llama 3.2, and we have also incorporated the reinforcement learning through human feedback. So the more we ask it questions, the more intelligent it grows. So you will see in this video that how we have trained this model. We have used LangChain here. So every time we ask a question, and here we have given an audio bot where if you write the questions, the answers will be read to you. So if you are not that AI aware, you can also have this audio output, so that whatever is the summary of the data that we have is given by this LLM model. So here we are initializing the model. So this is listening for your command. So now you can post your query. So
From
it
the
is.
experiment, I've observed that the CO2 emissions of the marigold and green gram plants varied significantly with and without the application of hydrogel, indicating a potential impact of hydrogel on plant respiration and environmental interactions.
So we are given one question, and accordingly we have an audio output who summarizes
It
our
seems like you're
data.
just acknowledging the data analysis, but you haven't actually asked a question. Could you please provide a specific query or question regarding the data analysis, and I'll be happy to assist you.
So you can see the more questions we ask, the more better prompt we give, the better answer the LLM model gives you.
After reviewing the data from the experiment, I can see that the introduction of hydrogel in the soil had a noticeable impact on the CO2 emissions of the marigold plant. On day 2, when the hydrogel was placed in the soil, the CO2 emissions were significantly lower compared to the plant grown without hydrogel on day 1. The CO2 level stabilized between 615 to 630
Though our
ppm
model
on day
says
1,
CO2 for
whereas on day
CO2.
2, the CO2 levels were lower, ranging from 550 to 580 ppm. This suggests that the hydrogel may be helping to reduce the CO2 emissions of the plant. However, on day 4, when the hydrogel was placed diagonally under the soil and hydrated with
This is a
100 ml of water,
detailed analysis
CO2
of
emissions were not
the
significantly
data
different
that
from
we
the
had
plant grown
provided
without
to the
hydrogel.
LLM model.
The CO2 level stabilized between 615 to 630 ppm in both cases. It's also worth noting that the experiment conducted on day 5 and day 6, using red soil and green gram plants, did not show any significant impact of hydrogel on CO2 emissions. Overall, the data suggests that the hydrogel may have a positive impact on reducing CO2 emissions of the marigold plant, but the effect is not consistent across all experiments. Further analysis and experimentation are needed to confirm this finding and understand the underlying mechanisms. Recommendation: to further investigate the impact of hydrogel on CO2 emissions, I suggest repeating the experiment with different hydrogel concentrations, soil types,
So
and
it
plant
is not
species to see
only
if the effect is
summarizing,
consistent
but
and
also
generalizable.
suggesting what we can do. So for different models, we have started integrating all the LLM models so that one, we have the audio output, whether we have chatbot, and as sir suggested, that we are more concentrating on SLMs because if the SLMs perform better since they are domain specific, and the computational cost and the carbon footprints are also very less for SLMs. So we are concentrating more on SLMs since we are working on time series data, real-time time series data. So we are eager to develop our SLM models for in future. So this is our research group with Amlan sir leading the group. We have Professor Anjan Dasgupta. He's a retired professor from biochemistry, from where we got the hydrogel concept. Myself, I'm a DST women scientist. My background was electrical and electronics. Now I am into data science. So there are a lot of domains that I need to cover. And these are our hardworking interns with Sri Gopalaraju. He's there. He's working in the plant field. And Shubhodip Indra, Abhishek Kanti, Saurav Tiwari, and Shubham Chatterjee. They are from different colleges working with us. And if you are interested in collaborating with us, since we would be sharing our real-time data with people who are interested in developing AI models and LLMs with us, you can contact us. You can contact Amlan sir or myself. And that would bring us to the end of my presentation. And I think after another presentation, we can have the question answer session. So thank you all. And thank you for giving your patient hearing to me. Over to you, sir.
Okay. I think it was an excellent session. I mean, your initiative, the entire team under leadership of Professor Chakraborty and these things. Rather, this is very important. This I don't know. Is it available in the Google Play Store? Can you download?
We are planning, sir. Actually, we have already filed the final patent for it. And after the procedure is done, we get an application ID. We'll put it in the Google Play Store.
Okay. Okay. So that will be much better. And even we
can
can add it, as we have a global center for sustainable agriculture and food security. Even when you will launch that, specifically we can plan for a day so that people can know and it can be launched in a better way. from our platform also. So the
Thank you so
people
much, sir.
across the world, particularly African countries and Asian countries and Latin America, people can use that. So it will be very, very grateful and helpful for boosting agriculture or sustainable agriculture. Rather, I was, I mean, thinking, I don't know how much the cost and other things to prepare the thing, but when we are always little bit biased on rural development and other, so how we can make something.
Actually, sir, we are also planning for a startup, and we have also got some funding from IIT Kharagpur and IIT Ropar. In IIT Ropar, we have got the first prize in this idea hackathon. So we are planning for it. So some cost can be taken care by that. And I think Professor Ramlan Chakraborty will be happy to collaborate with you and launch the app in a larger scale. So thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity. And thank you
Great,
so much. We'll connect.
great. Thank you so much.
Thank
If
you, sir.
anybody having any question, please proceed for that. One or two.
Or we can have the questions at the end of this session. Maybe Professor Chakraborty will also join at that time. So we can have at the end of this session.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Professor Gulshan, yeah, okay. You are always on time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Have you heard this earlier presentation related to AI for agriculture? How the team from Calcutta University, they are developing specifically a software and AI based tool and one apps also, how AI can help to the community, particularly the farmers community in future. And that is supposed to, we are expecting it can be do wonder a lot in this field of agriculture and to promote, foster the rural development or the sustainable rural development, what we are trying to do. It's an excellent initiative. Thanks to Abhishek. I don't have any idea about that, but to bring both Professor Chakraborty and Dola also in this picture. And it will. Now let us go from Kolkata to the Istanbul. Professor Gulshan is there, and
Hi, Professor Gulshan. How are you?
will be
I'm
very
very, very
happy
fine. What
and
about
very
you
happy.
all?
So, if you can recall, he was the first person. I mean, the introductory day and the first session as a wonderful session on that. Now, today will be little bit specialized session on that, how it was overall thing. Now, how AI are helping on can help to for this rural education, which is very, very important in everywhere. That when we talk about this, that if agriculture is thinking or agriculture is making for our food and addressing the issue of hunger, which is poverty and all these things. Now, this also is very important, that how AI is helping to rural education, which is one of the another SDG goal number 4, that quality education and this. So and nowadays with the digital era, the digital education, remote education, distance education, all kinds of things, a lot of things are going on, the LMS and other things. So artificial intelligence can play a big role in the rural education. So it will be wonderful to get Professor Gulshan here with us, Professor Gulshan Kurbak from Istanbul, to share her thought and
Mesela.
the journey on the how artificial intelligence are helping towards rural education. So over to Professor Dr. Gulshan Kurbak.
Hello again. Actually, I am in Ankara, in the capital of Turkey, but I couldn't turn my presentation on perfectly. Could you please help me? Because I am converting it PDF. I think it doesn't work very well in my computer. Yes, today we are going to talk about how can we utilize artificial intelligence in rural areas. It is a very important and timely important topic. It is a hot topic. But what is going on in our agenda, in world agenda? They are presenting like another tool, artificial intelligence, like a magical one. If we touch anything, it corrects everything in our lives, education, learning. Hope we can do that, but it is not. Artificial intelligence, again, another tool. It is a tool for helping us to improve our learning in our education system. If we look at the its narrow description, it is just tool, don't forget. But if we would like to get more information, more powerful information, more powerful rural areas education, we have to look at the border aspects. Well, how can we utilize it? So today I would like to also not just mention the tools, but also mention the pedagogical issues to understand. I'm trying to turn it on. I am so sorry about that. I am not good at the Google Meet. I am talking about artificial intelligence. See, I have a kind of struggles with it, but no problem. So I send it to you, sir, if you would like to help me. Let me talk about that. I cannot make it further. Okay. Hold on. I just want to do something, one more thing. As you know, I am coming from the open and distance education area. If you look at the artificial intelligence, new developments in our areas, okay, nope, I cannot see it. Okay, no problem. I try to talk with you and you can get my presentation. Distance education, after especially Corona, COVID-19, became very important. But if you look at today's rural areas education, distance and open education is the key issue to implement artificial intelligence perfectly. So we have to understand how to design an effective system for rural areas. How can we use the applications, right? How can we use the other stuff with AI? So today I would like to talk about most probably, okay, I am trying to close some. Okay. In Turkey, Anadolu University, where I have been working at, I have been working for 40 years. We have an excellent and huge open and distance education system. We have 3.5 million students in the system. So a majority of our students coming from small cities and from the rural areas, so we can reach them. Nowadays, we are integrating any AI tools, but AI tools means when you integrate it, it doesn't make your education perfect or powerful. You have to look at the issues holistically. You don't forget pedagogical issues. So let's talk about the issues. How can we design effective rural education? We have to ask this question because we have limited resources and fundings. So you have to find how can rural schools receive fundings, like the former presenters let us know they can help you. So Also, my universe and my team can help you to implement the AI tools for you. This system, this is the team working. Just one teacher or parents cannot do that. So you have to design what kind of open and distance education system you're gonna design. You're gonna do homeschooling, or you're gonna do hybrid system. So you have to design it first, and based on your funding, your limited resources, you have to make powerful decisions. So also you have a teacher shortage and turnovers. So how can you get teachers effectively in your area? In Turkey, most of teachers, yeah, they would like to go to the rural areas and teach, but it is very hard. How they reach the staff they can use their classroom. So if you make teachers alone in the classroom, they cannot be successful. You have to use AI, bridge educational gaps in rural communities by improving access, engagement, and personalized learning. So you have to focus on geographical isolations, technology disparities, culture and linguistic diversity. It is very important in Turkey. Majority people are speaking Turkish, but different dialects. So we have sometimes problems also. If you go to the east part of Turkey, people can speak different languages. If you go to the north part of Turkey, the people speaking different languages. So you have to be careful about that. How can get these barriers powerfully with artificial intelligence? Another thing, social economical barriers. Social economical barriers from students, from families. How you can support them, because if you look at the AI systems today, there are very limited free ones. If you would like to use them like ChatGPT, yes, ChatGPT allows you to use free, but if you would like to use it for education, you have to pay it. It is not inexpensive. So how can you make it possible? And how you support your learners mentally and socially and emotionally. It is another things, because learning based on emotions and based on motivations, how can you do that? How AI support that? And today's, if you look at some research, they say if the students talk with ChatGPT, like chatbox, that kind of artificial intelligence helps students well-beings in mentally, in socially. Sometimes a friend of mine, he is coming from the psychology area. He said, it is better than us. He is giving very positive, very motivational speech to students. So it is very important. But one thing, again, I have to say, all of kind of these applications are not free. Another important thing, if you look at the applications, artificial intelligence applications in rural area, we have to focus on three most important issues: personalized learning, so we can use adaptive learning platforms, we can tailor our lessons plans to meet individual student needs, and also access to quality resources with AI. And what does that mean? Online educational content and platforms provide us with AI-based information and knowledge, and also AI-driven tutoring systems helps students, and helps parents, and help teachers. If you design AI-based environments for learning, you have to put learners, parents, and teachers and other staff together. You have to understand lifelong learning idea, and also continuously you have to support your teachers, your professionals. Otherwise, because you know the AI tools, AI based information dramatically is changing in a short time. So you have to support your teacher, AI powered tools, and you have to train them how they allocate resources, so enhance their effectiveness through that kind of AI-based data-driven analytics, so we can understand our students, how can they learn. Another thing we have to look at, how can we enhance engagement through AI? AI make us interactive learning experiences. Another very important issue, gamification, storytellings, and simulations. These three are the most important, radically change education and learning. Gamification help learners how they cope with the problems in rural area. Storytellings help them their own stories by sharing with others and find solutions together. Simulations make it happen. The real world simulation make it happen to understand how can we survive in that kind of rural areas environments by learning. So we have to create platforms for community. So you have to again provide data driven insights, language and literacy support, teacher assistance, all that kind of issues provided by AI platforms. I will name it later, what kind of platforms we can use it. So we have to bridge cultural gaps through artificial intelligence in rural areas. Artificial intelligence, especially translation tools, help us for multilingual education. If you have different people, diverse language, you can use that kind of tools. And you have to culturally find relevant artificial intelligence educational content. You can create, you can use several tools to tailor your education, and so you must address diverse learning needs in the rural areas. So you have to create, interactive learning environments, especially to support diverse learners, make the resources available for them. Without that, it is not become powerful. So what kind of system we have? Let's talk about that. Let me look at my notes. If you are using intelligent tutoring systems, intelligent tutoring systems use, artificial intelligence algorithms we are using at our university, that kind of system, to understand how our distance students learn. What kind of resources they are using, because we are designing at least 16 different learning environments for our diverse students. Which environments more effective for them? We are trying to understand with AI, or we suggest them more effective ways to learn by using AI. What time they are studying, how long, how they read, especially, let's say, how they look at the material. We make a, eye track system with AI, so we try to understand, so we can design our studies, our learning environments with their feedback. Again, learning management system, we have to design, especially the AI-driven and blockchain supported system. It makes us helpful. Virtual classroom, we must have language learning systems, data analyzers, assessment tools. If you have several students and if they are in distance, how you help their learning by assessing and giving feedback. AI help us. And again, in Anadolu University, we are using AI tools, give them feedback about their learning and help them how they improve their learning based on their weak areas. And content creation is, very important. It is this most important issue in AI. AI helps you create several content, interactive content, especially by using gamification, storytelling, again, and simulations. Especially another issue, special needs students, special needs people. Just we will not teach the students, we will teach the people about how they survive in rural areas by themselves. So special need ones are very important. So you have to design that kind of environments and you have to engage the people. Like there are several tools, AI tools, maybe you name them, you know their name. Newton, like it is an adaptive learning platform. It's personalized educational content based on individual students' needs. So you can use this. Dreambox learning, like Socratic, another use. This helps students' homework, so they can make their homeworks with Socratic AI-based application. Class Dojo, maybe you heard about it. It is very famous among students because this is a communication platform. It fosters engagement among teachers, parents, and also students. Class Dojo, Z-Books, Google Classroom, Kahoot, Moodle, maybe you used Moodle before, speech recognition tools, Flipgrid. Flipgrid is an interactive platform, allows students, especially post their videos. Today's students can generate several different contents by using AI. They are very good at that, better than us. So it helps us. Especially ChatGPT helps you a lot, and ChatGPT based tools. But you have to understand its idea and you have to purchase it. And Xmind, IBM Watson Education, it is help special educators, teachers, personalized learning. Khan Academy, you know this. If you go to the Khan Academy, you can learn several things. There are several, you can name it, but the important thing, what we have to do, understand, first of all, how can we powerfully use these tools? So you maybe ask, maybe we have to learn programming language. Yes, a little bit you have to learn it. Your students, your teachers, your parents, because you have to personalize. But other issue, a few days ago, Trump said they will sell very limited version of AI to the other countries. So it is another issue. What kind of ethical and law background is coming for us? You have to understand, we have to understand, or we have to produce our own AI-based tools. If we just use it, if we just consume AI-based tools produced by the developed countries, it makes us very limited movements. So think about that. In your country, in your teachers, in your educator, RD people must develop your own AI-based, all tools, not just for us, for all of us. Okay, it is another. If you look at the world, there are several actually good examples. Like India is the very best It is a STEM education tool in rural areas. Zanga from rural South Africa. It is a AI-based tool, especially assess students' reading levels and tailor instructional materials. Another Genius Plaza, from Latin countries, education technology platform it is, and aimed to supporting learning Latin students in the US, different country. E-education initiatives from Kenya, another STEM education, AI-powered tutorial system, another program from the US they are using, because the US is a very big country. Sometimes it is very hard to reach the rural areas. Smart learning from Philippines. Smart learning is targeting remote and rural areas to improve educational access. We can, new one, but again, if you would like to do break technological barriers and internet access, you have to focus on, first of all, data privacy and security concerns and ethical implication of artificial intelligence in your education. And you have to ensure equality, access, and preventing disparity. Those are very important. Without focusing on this issue, just using AI, it means you are just using a tool. It is not education. It is not learning. And it not makes your education powerful and effective. And your students cannot learn perfectly. You just waste your money, your time, and your human resources. So you have to target your infrastructure limitations, your teacher training and support, your cultural relevance, equity, inclusion, data privacy, and sustainability. Without that, it is not worth it. Again, you just waste. It is because just popular issue in here, in the world, does not help us to power our education. So you have to look at holistically, understand your countries, your rural areas needs, expectations, and also you must collaborate with universities and other NGOs to provide your students, your lifelong learners, a huge amount of AI-based, but produced in your country. So it is, yes, innovation, but you have to create your horizons by yourselves, not expecting to help, especially the developed countries. It doesn't work. We are becoming more connected to the other worlds. What they ask to us, we have to do. If you would like to be free, we have to design our own systems by collaborating with each other. Okay. What can we say? Yes, AI is a transformative potential. It has a potential in rural education. Yes, it maximizes benefits, but we need to collaborate with our stakeholders in a global, in a local. It is very important. And we have to call action our stakeholders in education, in rural areas, to embrace AI-based responsibility. We have to do that. Last time I told you, we have a strategic plan for 30 years, for 40 years, for long term. Without that, just integrating any AI tool in your system, again, I am telling you, it is not learning. Yeah, you are just wasting your time and money. You have to look at holistically, make a strategic plan, and produce your AI-based tools, and then train your human resources and provide equal access to everything to your stakeholders. Then we start how we can utilize artificial intelligence based learning in rural areas. Otherwise, just we are telling lie to ourselves. It doesn't, again, I am telling, it is not educational technology. Just we are using a new technology, spending a lot of money, but not getting any benefits. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you for thanking us.
Yes, I am seeing, yeah, someone, I think, Arika has a question, I think. Yes, I am listening to you. Thank you. If you would like to make powerful, you have to start to learn how you can write prompt. You know, prompt is important, but how you make your prompt powerful, you have to speak, write your own language perfectly. Without, speaking in your own mother tongue, or write perfectly in your mother tongue, you cannot write perfect prompts. So see, it is again depends on our basic education. It doesn't help, otherwise we use others' cultural issues. What they provide us as a prompt, we have to use it. It means we transfer their mind, their culture to in our system. It is not good. And if you have any further, implementation, my universe also help you in open and distance education. We can set up and try to train your human resources and work together. And especially we learn from you a lot. Thank you. Arika, yes, I am seeing you. Do you have any question or anyone, any question, any feedback? My last session will be about women in IE, in rural areas. In that time, I will provide some web pages using AI tools to improve, especially your works. I give that kind of examples for women. Women are important. If you train your woman, your country become a developed one. Why? Because women, when trained, their children are our future. If your woman cannot get education, it means your future is not get educated. So women education is very important. You have to start, if you would like to integrate AI in your education system in rural areas, start with your woman. Yes. Okay. Any questions? Can you hear me? Yes, Franco here. I see your hand, I think.
Yeah, I think, Madam, thanks for the wonderful presentation. My question is that practically you realize that I'm speaking from my end. Then I realize that people are very learned and they know the importance of how it can help, but sometimes, and even using social media in the same delivery, but realize that sometimes they don't buy into the idea. So I ask myself, I thought the level that they have reached, maybe graduate or some academia, big people, they should embrace it, but they are they don't embrace it, and they always, some even criticize it. So I think I don't know. I want to find out at your end, is it the same? Maybe in India or Turkey, you have people who are learned in institution academia who don't sort of want to embrace this IA, or they always want to speak against it. Do you experience that in your country?
Yes, because Turkey has a diverse background. Each people has own agenda and own understanding. But as an open and distance education people, we believe that education must be free, and Turkey is especially believe that. But face-to-face classroom, you cannot do that. But there is a very big group. They think it must be everything face-to-face in the classrooms. That kind of challenges. And also budget. But if you look at the Turkish system, I told you, we have 500,000 students in Anadolu University. It means more than half of students in higher education are the students in Anadolu University. At the face-to-face classroom, you cannot provide that. First issue is the first barrier, the most barrier is people resistant to change, resistant to innovation. And some of people believe that if we use the most new application, new version of technology, it makes our education perfect. No, we can use radio. Radio today is very, affordable one. Radio programs can listen everywhere without stopping your work. Let's say if you are doing something in your land with your animals, you can listen it. So when I come, it doesn't mean the other tools get less important. No, we have to make combination of it. So that kind of barriers you have to, understand from your country. We have that. One group do not believe the technology. They resist not to change, and they don't want to use the new technology. The other ones believe that new technology is magic, so we can do anything, whatever we would like to. No, it is a human-based resources. If you not train your human resources holistically, if you have no strategic plan, you cannot be successful. So you have to keep deal with that kind of issues, and with your government especially. Without getting government back to you, you cannot do anything. If your leaders believe that, then they can help you. Otherwise, it is very hard to succeed. So we start with, especially with small government, with government, but the other ministries, the other people, from the people, the schools, to collaborate and ask there, and it takes time. It is very time consuming, but worth it. It takes time. You have to keep explain yourself and do a lot of RD research, RD-based research to understand, make them understand why it is very important. Yet AI is a radical one right now. It's changing our world dramatically. Especially now I have been working at another university as a sabbatical. Now I am establishing a immersive technology lab for learning. We're gonna not use any device like the mobile or other stuff. We are trying to make a simulation like in our life. It hurts. We are getting several supports, but we have several barriers, money barriers. We have grants, but yes, money issue, people issue. Sometimes we ourselves make it is difficult. So it takes time. It takes time. You have a vision as a trainer. So you have a heart to make it, and you have to believe in your country and yourself. Otherwise, it couldn't be successful. It is just tool.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you. Yes, I am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
I'm Rosie from Assam, India.
Hello.
Ma'am, don't you think there must be some policies, very stringent policies and laws, so that the users are made accountable? Because, as you mentioned, AI is like expanding dramatically, and everyone is able to use it. Even if we are thinking something, it comes in our mobile. So, definitely, it is a very strong application. So, don't you think some strong accountability measures must be there?
Yes, it must be. Before that, we have to strong laws, strong ethics. In Turkey, we start to create our laws because without law, it doesn't integrate the system perfectly. We are just integrating the system. So a privacy issue, personal issues, how can they use our data? They are very important. So yes, it is very important. This is why I am telling AI just tool, a technology, but if you make it powerful, you have to look at the human side. Human side, there are several issues. First time is ethics, law, and your application plan. So you need strategic plan. Your government, your universities, your research and development institutes must have plans for it, how to integrate. Otherwise, you just transfer the technology, and it is not worth it.
Yes, ma'am. In fact, ma'am, validation also. Whatever information comes, if we are asking something and through AI, the replies are coming. Who is validating? That is also important, ma'am.
Yeah, AI has a, there are several research on it. AI has a stereotypes. One time, because I am using ChatGPT very powerfully, one time I asked it, could you please draw me? And it draws me, yes, perfectly. Books, animals, environment, technology, but it draws me as a man, bald man. I say, oh my gosh, shame on you. I am not a man. And why bald? And white man.
Yes, sir.
Long. And this is a stereotype because AI is tool. Behind it, there are several people. People transfer their stereotypes into their software. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
very important. That how we teach artificial intelligence, how we provide that kind of clear information. This is why law is important. And if you listen to the physics professors who got Nobel Prize last year, physics professor who I forgot his name, who developed AI, he said, if we use that way, like you said, Rashi, this tool's becoming fascist. It's making the huge gap between cultures. So it is very important. So this is why if you are using AI, you must have enough information, knowledge, and wise ethics to understand whether AI letting you through information or telling to lie. If you ask ChatGPT, could you please write some resources, because I am a Turkish educator, ChatGPT, one of the Turkish educator. I am educating the ChatGPT. I ask it, could you please write some references to me? And it's just creating fake. All of them are fake. If you use them, you get in trouble. I
Yes.
ask it why. So this is the way. And other things, when it is using open resources, AI right now. When open resources not enough, what will be happen? AI create its own history, on his agenda? We don't know. You know, there must be rules. And if you look at European Union especially try to get how can we delete stereotypes in AI-based applications, and especially try to put more women in AI-based softwares and hardwares developments. But it takes time. Still, it has a stereotypes and telling easily lie. So you have, how can we understand? We must read. We must educate ourselves. You know, otherwise it couldn't be. It couldn't be. It is just tool, and it make you, you know, full misinformation. We know, especially social media, AI-based social media can manage people, especially for voting, right? So without understand that, how can we understand? We have to read, understand, develop our critical thinking skills, believe ourselves, believe in our countries, not just trust the others. So it takes time.
Very rightly said, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your brilliant session. I have some observation, not question. I don't want to make any question. The first observation is artificial intelligence for rural education. This is very important session for today. You have delivered some important things. So now my observation is AI in rural perspective. As for example, in periphery area, in a school or college, all the teachers, they don't know how to use AI. Okay, so they don't know how to use AI. But the rural student, if they get these tools, I will say this is the tools, artificial intelligence. So we were once upon a time first generation. Now fifth generation is going on. After 5 years, sixth or seventh or eighth generation. Okay. So now my observation is, so somebody will use misuse of AI. Okay. Somebody will misuse of AI, like ChatGPT. Sometimes if I comment ChatGPT, please provide some information regarding this term, these words. So I know that he is also providing information, but there are huge gap between my learning and ChatGPT. So how can we remove ourselves this variation? This variation. First observation, and second observation is, so my observation is, so we have to be learn the teaching assignment, but teaching stuff at first. How you will use AI for your students, how you will use the ChatGPT. Otherwise, everybody will make using ChatGPT or their assignment or their writings all the times. They will misuse. They will misuse this. And this is my realization. This is my observation. So nobody will read the text. Nobody will read the text. They will only be dependable on ChatGPT or any other tool. Yeah. So could you tell me? Could you tell us, please, how we can properly utilize this AI or ChatGPT or any other tools? So thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
This is another excellent questions from you and consultations. Yes, it is very important. But I would like to tell you, as a human, if we don't make ourselves develop, it doesn't work. The personal ethics, personal moral issues, we must be powerful. If you look at the people, if you are using ChatGPT without questioning anything, yes, ChatGPT is just tool. I am telling misinformation, give misinformation, disinformation. But as a person, first of all, we have own ethical and moral issues. If you look at that kind of people, if you are if you are using ChatGPT without DeepSeek right now, how can I say? It is kind of, we are cheating. We are cheating anything. Look at it. First of all, 10 years, 20 years ago, we are going to libraries, right? We were going to read the books. You can get all information from book to write in your paper, right? It is the same thing, without asking, without questioning. Now it is making easy. It doesn't mean it's changed. It is the same idea. Yes, ChatGPT makes us how can I say? ChatGPT provide us easier access to anything, analyze the things perfectly, but we have to understand if it is given us by ChatGPT right things, we have knowledge, we have wisdom, we have information first, we have critical thinking skills, we have to analyze, synthesize, like reading any book, any resources. It is the same thing, but it is just cut and paste. It doesn't make any work. If it is work, so they don't need us. They don't need us. If ChatGPT that kind of powerful is a powerful tool, they don't need us. So ChatGPT or other any AI-based things are just tools. To use them perfectly, powerfully, again, we have knowledge, wisdom, ethics, moral issues, and scientific mind to synthesize and evaluate the knowledge, information provided by that kind of AI-driven environments. Yes, there are several information in the world. I can reach all of them nearly, let's say 1 million things. The ChatGPT or other ones can get easily the information for me and provide me some information. But without asking right questions to ChatGPT, we cannot understand it is true or not. Again, you must use your own mother tongue perfectly. Without that, you cannot ask questions to it. So we stop, especially make that kind of environments like it is magic. It's providing us magical. No. Let's say if a doctor millions kilometers away make happen a perfect brain surgery via AI, it is important. But it doesn't mean AI is working by itself. This doctor has a huge knowledge about his own area and especially also the technology. See, knowledge, information, ethics, morals are the most important issue. If you would like to use these issues, you use perfectly. But look at our students. Yes, they are cheating because they are learning from us, from our society. We are cheating. Look at us, the other issues. Look at in the traffic. Look at in the family. Because they are learning to that. It is the easy way. So it is, if we are talking about technology, we must talk about moral issues and also ethics, laws. Without that, it doesn't mean it's continue, and it creates two different groups. One groups are create, produce, and manage the others by AI. The others is becoming new slaves by AI. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Another questions, concerns, feedback? My cat is listening to us also. She is learning artificial intelligence today. Okay. Thank you for joining my session. Hopefully, we can meet in person one day. So, develop our own tools in AI and help our rural people perfectly. Maybe we can create a platform together. Maybe we find a grant and do that kind of stuff and realize how can we manage our life without cheating. Yes, definitely. Without human intelligence, human critical thinking, I is nothing. When you are reading book, if you are not asking any question, just transfer the knowledge from here to here, it is the same thing. The books they can tell us lie. How can we understand? We have to ask the question. We have to go to the other resources, right? So it is a bizarre world right now. Okay. It is almost my time. My time is over. Thank you again coming to my session, and also wonderful support, wonderful, excellent questions. I am very happy to be with you. I am honored to present with you. Hopefully, next week, last session, we are talking about women. Let's see what can we talk. Okay. See you safe and love you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Next time I'm gonna learn how can I upload my presentation. See, I am very weak. I know artificial intelligence perfectly, but I cannot upload my my stuff here. So it is just tool. I'm gonna learn. I promise you all. That's great. I haven't never think about it. You are right. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Thank you. Really, I never ever think about it. Silly me.
Hey, sir. I think you supervise some of the students in your university.
Yes.
So maybe MS student, PhD students. So if somebody ask you, sir, can I use ChatGPT to write my proposal or to write my chapter? As for example, now I'm writing literature review chapter. I'm a PhD student. I'm studying in University Science Malaysia. So my supervisor, I asked my supervisor, sir, can I use one tool, ChatGPT, just for assist? Then he told me, okay, you can use it, but you cannot make any copy, cut and paste. Just ChatGPT will assist you.
Yeah.
So what is
Like
your suggestion? What is your suggestion as a supervisor?
As a supervisor, at the first meeting, I let my students, yes, you're gonna use AI-based tools, yes, but at the first time, your readings, you ask ChatGPT, whatever you use, but you have to write everything is by hand. Purchase a book, write everything in your hand because hand, mind, eye combinations are very important to develop increase stream of learning. So at the first first year, I make them their life miserable. Like, you know, they write
Yeah.
everything by hand. But believe in me, because of using their handwriting, they understand, specify, and all issues are better than just using tools, just typing, because they establish their schemas in their brain and they connect each of them perfectly. And they can put their words, their ideas, and they are using. Then we switch to AI like Mendeley we are using. I suggest them EndNote like that, but always they have to say they get some idea from this book. They have to prove me which sentence, why they think it is important. So this is my strategy. Old school, but it works fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It will help me.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Nothing to thank you because you are always with us as a part of our
It's my
family.
thank you.
But still, officially, as you are resource person, so we have to convey our thanks to you. But in the meantime, we have another resource person from Nigeria,
Mhm.
Dr. Samuel Amos. Are you there? Yeah. Okay. We got you. We got you. So, once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to, on our next session. And this is how AI is helping for research, particularly research. Frank, I have to mute you. Okay. So how different AI tools are helping for research in different areas, particularly on the field of agriculture and other in some practical application in the Nigeria. And for us, as we told you for this session, we have with us Samuel Amos. He's a founder and program foundation, not-for-profit company, which is again non-government organization conducting a national ecosystem for multidisciplinary career transformation in computing and artificial intelligence, and powering world-class innovation in the innovation AI. This is a Nigerian startup network, WSA, a digital ecosystem initiative that is currently upskilling graduate and undergraduate youths from the 36 states and FCT on the UN ICT for SIDS, the and SDGs. It's the advisor initiative making them subject matter expert and catalyzing the transformation growth of the public service on the digital maturity journeys in their region by the sustainable transcription project. So, he's a person, he was not only running his company, but his motto is to nurture the youths. They should be digitally oriented, AI oriented. So, this is a great job he's doing. Congratulations, Tramos. And in the various fields like sustainable development of rural agriculture, then education, the health, and many different way. His AI for development model is working in Nigeria, and health in the telemedicine and many others. And he's also the UN World Summit awardee eminent national expert from Nigeria and a WSA grand jury member. He is changed with charged with the responsibilities of tech scouting, mentoring, and showcasing home ground and purpose-driven digital innovation with a highly positive impact on improving Nigerian society to the world stage. And his postgraduate product of the artificial intelligence and machine learning of the University of Texas, Austin. He is a former BP and Nigerian membership of WITSA and the member of WSA UN Consultative Network on Global Digital Compact. So excellent background, and he's not only in his profession uh, at par excellent, but also is trying to bring a future generation which can lead a better digital-driven Nigeria. And not only that, I'm sure that his work will not be confined within the Nigeria and other African countries, as well as other global arena in the field of digital literacy, artificial intelligence, machine learning. It will be immensely benefited. So with this short note, I'm sure that his journey, you will like it, and the experience he will share with us, it will be fruitful to all of us. So over to Amos.
Thank you so very much. And good evening from here. It's already evening. I know it will be late evening there. And good morning somewhere else that could be. Thank you so very much for that intro. Permit me to share my session. Let me know if you can have my presentation.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Let me try. Okay, sorry, let me just stop share. Stop it and move it up. Let me run it up. It's the run mode. Okay. Screen. I'm sorry. Excuse me, please. Moses, let me get my battery. Yeah. Right. Let me check the power there first. Let me try to get this. Yeah, I think it's powered now. I have. Okay. Okay. Excuse me.
If any challenge you can share to Abu Bakr, he may run the PPT from his end. Dr. Amos, are you facing any challenge? It's not adding. Can you share your PPT to Abu Bakr or to me so that I can run also?
What do you want to see? Okay, let me get it. No, I don't know. I've not used it for a long time. MSA over years. You go see me to see use it. Okay, see I charge you.
Fine. Do you know? Looking for where this is. Where it is located now? To avoid.
Take it a charger. Okay. What they go, I've not I've not used it. Okay, like this. So yes, he's saying connected. Not yet. Okay. And the battery is 100%. Not yet. Hmm. On a Kuboku before. Mm-mm. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe I should.
There might there
So
might
may I
be
know if
some.
my
Talking now.
screen is
Yeah, it's okay.
visible now?
You shared your PPT to Abu Bakr, or even you can share to me
The
here.
phone is just in charge.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank
yeah. Let me run it. Let me
Sound
run
is
it.
okay. Let me just
you.
check. Is my sound okay and the view? Excellent. All right. Great. Thank you so much. Right. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. So sorry for the little hitch. Now, I know it's been a very busy day. I've had the opportunity of listening to quite a few.
Elijah, in Mexico?
I've had the opportunity of listening to a few presentations before now, and I think we've actually had a fun day. At this stage, my talk is actually on AI. I'm not going to dwell much on AI. We've had sufficient of that. We're not going to present models per se or train any, but then we'll be looking at AI in rural research, trying to see how we can unlock potential for agricultural development in Africa. I've actually been introduced previously, and I'm very well at that. And on the executive summary, I will just put that why this particular presentation is really important to me, as it should also be to everyone, is that we are humans, and everybody here takes food as something that is actually very important. And so the care for food sufficiency in our environment and availability of it should actually be of major concern. And on this paper, Africa's agricultural sector focus faces critical challenges, but then it wouldn't be about the challenges. Artificial intelligence is here. So what is it that artificial intelligence could do? So with the rapid population growth, climate change, food insecurity, and inefficient farming practices, particularly in Africa, AI has come to stay. And for some of us who may feel that we are just starting that journey, we may just be too late, because every now and then, many resources are coming on to us, sometimes very freely, sometimes you have to pay a bit, and to get onto wanting to relearn, irrespective of what background, what professional background you may have. And as is mentioned earlier on, our particular interest is in trying to see how we can transform careers, whether you are in medicine, whether in agriculture, whether you are actually in philosophy, in biology, in engineering, so that you can actually go back. You can actually go back to your career content and begin to see how you can leverage the global advancements on artificial intelligence in your respective career. That gives you the next power. That actually makes you the ready person for the future. So, and as we all know, it's about your vision. If you don't have the right vision, you can't be in the future. And that future is here. So you need to know what vision, what things is of interest to you. And this is not the time to begin to change courses. It's not the time to begin to change career. You are already in one. What was the mistake? We actually have not optimized what we were learning. That's simple fact. And what AI has presented to us today is to let us know that there is something we need to go do back in that same content that some of us did for like 5 years, 6 years to the university, and then we are still at it, or perhaps changing, not knowing that today every nation building does not restrict any course of study. Whether you are in linguistics, you are relevant. And those courses that we thought were not nice, were not good, are today elements that you can actually use to build a digital economy. And that digital economy can even start from your family. That's alone a whole nation. Okay? So the key areas of this innovation, we'll be looking at AI-powered drones and sensors for crop health monitoring and early disease detection. You see, because we are talking about agriculture, this was actually a research to detect what the issues are, what is available, and what can they do. And sometimes, if these things are so good, are there risks? So we are actually going to see the need and the reason why paying attention to the risk of artificial intelligence will be very, very important. Okay? In the paper, we are looking at an Africa that has just dawned on us. There are new things happening. So a new agricultural practice is actually done in Africa and across Africa, because we're going to see case study of innovations, of innovators, of people who have used one form of innovation to, kind of rejig their agriculture. Then we're going to see how AI is revolutionizing information gathering, because in agriculture today, if you do not have data, forget it. It's not about those days when we are waiting for the rain to happen and we are counting the next month of rain, the past period of rains. This time you can actually replan all those things and create a brand new climate for yourself, even as AI has a role to play in climate smart agriculture. AI-powered market access value chains. If you are into agriculture, the value chain, the market access, in fact, these are areas that artificial intelligence is doing wonderfully well. And for an African setting, though things may not just be where we will see it, especially from the rural area, the rural to urban transformation is a whole lot of work today, and at the same time presents brand new opportunities to young people. Brand new opportunities to young people that are ready to go back to the farms, that are ready to become farmers, which naturally they are. Because everybody, like I said, we all need food. And if we are poor today, one last thing we should not say, that shouldn't be far from us, is food. And that's why this is actually very important. Then AI also very, very relevant in resource optimization. Why would you want to begin to waste things? Is it by way of water? Is it by way of fertilizers? And so on and so on. We are not there to waste, and artificial intelligence is there for you to be able to leverage on those advancements of technologies, and please, you can actually save and make sure that your agricultural bottom line is, you know, pretty competitive. Then, of course, when we have the need and goal to wanting to adopt artificial intelligence, how can you overcome the challenges, particularly in rural areas? How can you overcome these challenges? Okay, now the success stories of, obviously, that nothing is happening. We are not doing well in Africa. We have limits and uncountable success stories that have been, who are drivers of this innovations. And of course, the areas of policy, and of course, later on, we'll be able to see the smart security arm of it, because it's actually very important. You need to protect. When you bring farmers to learn AI, please don't just bring farmers to learn AI without providing for their security. The environments and services that you offer on the environment that is agricultural has to be secure. Protect their rights, protect their businesses, and don't get them on for them to lose all and become regretful that they are adopting artificial intelligence. In the first place, artificial intelligence is not a bad word. It's actually the way you actually can adopt that you can say may be bad. Okay, so certain questions now came up. We say, what are the pressing challenges Africa faces in feeding? Feeding is rapidly growing population. Africa's population is expected to double by 2050. Increasing the demand for food is essential. You know, traditional farming methods struggle to keep up with this rising demand. So how do we feed our, double-sized population by 2050? If we are not ready, we probably will be hungrier, and God forbid. Though in Africa, it is the religious words when you say, hey, something must happen by faith. This is not, obviously won't be left for faith. Okay? How does climate change impact agriculture in Africa? You see, in Africa, just like you also have in other climes, we actually witness, and we witness rising temperatures, erratic rainfall, extreme weather events, that threaten crops yields. Sometimes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Slide is not working. Your slide is not working.
Okay. Oh dear. Sorry, was it a long time ago?
Your slide is not working,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
From very
Yes,
beginning.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit. Oh, lovely slides that they're missing here. Okay. What's what? Oh, great. Thank you. I thought all was well. Sorry. Also share tabs audio. Challenge I have with this is that
Sir, you can use your present
right.
option.
Yeah, the present is not clicking. That's the challenge I've had.
Okay.
No, okay, that's why we told you share your PPT with us, either to share it to Mr. Abu Bakr or to me.
Sorry. Okay,
So
let
we'll
me
run this.
just send it to somebody, please.
Okay, So please,
Apologies,
we'll
please,
we'll
apologies,
run
please.
from our end. You please stop
Yes,
sharing.
I'll forward it to you now, please. Apologies. Somebody can help me click that.
That's why you told that you just share your PPT
Oh,
and let us
sorry,
run
fine.
from our end as you are
I would
facing
have
some
just,
challenge.
yeah, I would have just done that. Abinish. Okay. You're not seeing it here. So I want to know with you about it's already downloaded. Yeah, we can choose. No, you know what? It's downloaded. So okay. I mean, make sure.
Sir Amos, you can present without presentation also. Verbally also you can present. Orally you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So while I've sent the file, so while that is ongoing, let me just continue. Okay.
Please you continue your message.
Okay, so I hope he has received it. So we'll wait for that later on. So I'll just continue. So I was actually at the point when we said that the highlights of the whole essence of having to grant artificial intelligence services to people generally in our society is actually very, very important that we consider their safety. You know, most of us, especially our African parents, may not just be on the same lane as the Gen Zs and the rest of us, but then it is important that strategic societal changes and things that will impact society, you need to actually imagine that those elderly people who perhaps are not so close to artificial intelligence and what is happening may not immediately want to be on that lane. And that is why, like I've had someone ask the other time, some economies or some societies actually currently still have a phobia. What is happening? Must we be on that lane? And I understand that there are some communities that at this moment do not even want to hear what artificial intelligence is all about. But you can imagine what will happen to them very soon. But then this is about the time they need to engage, and they need to be able to know the best they can do so that they can actually also contribute to the development of artificial intelligence. So we spoke about the key issues where we said that the population is doubling in 2050, and we need to be at alert to be sure that we are at par with being able, as a continent, to fend for the citizens, for the African humanity. So this talk is actually very timely, and it's very critical that whatever AI services that we are introducing, whether in government, whether in this in private sector, and so on and so forth, it has to also go with the associated protection and smart security that it deserves. Okay. Now, after that, we also wanting to say that what we said, what are the limitations of traditional agricultural practices? And we were looking at, dependence on rainfall, farming, which makes productivity unpredictable. Process, access to modern tools. Okay, I think that's my presentation coming up. Oh, excellent. So let's just go to page 5. Let's just flip. to page 5. All great. So I'll just do some quickie moves. Okay, let's proceed to page 5, please. Thank you. If that shows, you should be able to see present, and perhaps you click from your end. Okay, while we still wait for that, our recommendations were that Mr. recommendation for African farmers leveraging AI was that one, data collection and accessibility. You know, they need to adopt AI-powered sensors and monitor that they monitor soil moisture, you know, nutrient levels and crop health in real time. If you are able to manage the health of your crop in real time, you are able to manage the crisis, you know, of having to lose your plants. Okay. Then we also have AI-driven decision support systems, where under that we have that actually is the implementation of predictive analytics. You know, predictive analytics to anticipate weather changes and mitigate risk associated with climate variability. Okay. Now, after that, we also need to look at remote sensing monitoring technology, where drones are adapted. You know, we integrate drones with multi-spectral cameras to assess crops. No, not only assessing crops, sometimes the health of crops, detect diseases, you know, and optimize irrigation strategies. So that being said, that's another research recommendation for applicants. Also continues by saying that there has to be capacity building and training for farmers. You know, there has to be capacity building and training for farmers. You know, then we also have policy and infrastructure development. Policy and infrastructure development, where we need to encourage government investment in AI-powered agricultural research and development tailored to African context. Now, it is not just about AI products, whether it's coming from Asia, whether it's coming from the US, whether it's coming from Europe. An African cultural setting with its total characteristics has to be part of the research output. So whatever we are servicing, we are using as the basis for the research content that we are actually using, has to be thought that it is workable within African context. And that's why I love what the OADEL project is doing with the OCAN. The OCAN is actually the observatory of the UN observatories on UN technology. And they actually doing this agricultural transformation across some African countries right now, that some of these things are being adopted, and they report it every year on the Global Poverty Watch Conference at the UN headquarters every year. Okay, so these are just some of the recommendations we spoke about the last time. Then the development of climate resilient crops. In this case, particularly from Nigeria, we have Nigeria's International Institute of Tropical Agriculture and AI breeding model. You know, in Nigeria, the IIT has leveraged AI to analyze vast data sets. You know, if you have a lot of data on your crop and you cannot actually analyze them using the global advancement in technology to AI, then I think we just feel like what we had a decade or 2 decades or 3 decades ago. And we would never be able to be on the same level as people are talking about real-time decision making, even in agriculture. Okay? Now, in South Africa, too, you know, there are actually reports on South African agri-tech companies that uses powered drones, you know, equipped providing insight into software and so on. So there are actually these cases that we have around. We also have in Morocco that where water scarcity is pressing. So AI-powered precision irrigation system is being implemented to optimize water use in agriculture. You know, the system integrated with IoT sensors and so on and so forth. And the global ministry of agriculture has actually come up to say that the AI-driven irrigation, has actually resulted in a 50% reduction, in water consumption while improving crop productivity by 30%. So these are complemental use cases of what is happening. Okay. All right. Then more on AI growth, smart AI growth in okay. Okay. Just trying to see so that I can get to the questions of attention. Okay, that AI is actually already transforming Africa agriculture offering using innovative solutions to tackle climate related issues. So that's not they are not beginning. They are only beginning that these are not happening yet. They are already happening. AI powered platforms can directly link farmers with buyers. But this is a kind of market enabling market connectivity for the right access. They also need for you to go things and you cannot access the market. Okay? But of course, we are sometimes also using AI to improve financial services. The farmers need to be able to access financial services, and most of these services are available online. And then in these solutions equally, there is need for also for protection, just like we mentioned that the farmers are protected because of seeking financing for what they are doing. At the same time, they are also sometimes faced with having to optimize their logistics and supply chain. So AI actually enhances the efficiency of agricultural logistics. Okay, then also these cases like we've had in Kenya, we've had in other countries where we have to put up all the bigger area. Okay, let's try to work this through. Then of course, overcoming challenges to AI adoption, in rural Africa. So this is the gap in AI adoption. And maximize its potential for African agriculture, even multi-stakeholder approach. Exactly, you need to have a multi-stakeholder, where in that area, we are looking at strengthening rural infrastructure for AI development. And the challenge here is that there's poor internet connectivity generally commonplace in Africa, in rural areas, hinder AI-powered solutions. So how can we resolve the task? That's the issue. Recommendation, no doubt be that make it expand our rural connectivity. Government and telecom providers to prioritize the rollout, of affordable 4G, 5G, network and broadband services in rural farming communities. And of course, the next was that we need to improve data availability and quality for AI training. Look at where we are, for instance, sometimes you can't look at the start and end it because of the condition of your network. So, and the data availability and the quality, especially the capacity building that we're talking about, is actually very, very important. Then, bringing this AI and data science skills is important. Data science skills is things that every human will need, and that's why we're saying that today, there's something we call innovation debt. Innovation debt simply means that we've gone to school, we learned one thing or the other or the art, but today we are expected to go back to the content of that profession, that career, and we need to relearn in a manner to be more productive so that we can begin to create digital services or digital Ethiopia, Kenya, where they have used AI powered platform providing real-time market information to SMS, and farmers can negotiate better prices and connect with more buyers. This is certainly great coming from some part of East Africa there. Then we also have digital agro methodology advisory from Ethiopia. They use machine learning for personalized weather data, text advisory, and the crop management recommendations. You know, these are difficult solutions, you know, leveraging AI. Then of course in West Africa, we have Farm Crowd in Nigeria, digital platform connecting company investors with smallholder farmers by providing capital and training. Okay, we have agri-tech in Cameroon. They use AI-powered image recognition to identify crop diseases and recommend treatment via mobile app. Okay, and then some more in South Africa also we have the robotics, where a drone-based AI company analyzes crop health, you know, irrigation needs and pest infestation. Out in North Africa, Indonesia, we have smart irrigation systems also, where they are using irrigation models to optimize water distribution to crops. You know, Morocco is making that way. Okay, and so on. In South Africa, Tanzania, the Democratic Republic of Congo uses AI image recognition to detect cassava diseases via mobile app. Okay. And then one very importantly will now be the part of security. And what do I mean by security? Now, the rise of large language, language model elements. We have many of it. We have a lot of LLMs today. But then, are there issues? That's what we saw. There are issues. And who are those in charge of the issues? It's everybody's brain. If you are not there, the issue is to it. And that's why you must be part of the design, you must be part of the creation, you must be part of the adoption. So it shouldn't be this far away that you're not doubting. You mustn't be in a position of being doubt or doubting anything about artificial intelligence. Ensure that you are practicing the implementation process. Okay? Because the basic thing here is that LLMs have transformed digital landscapes, enabling powerful AI-driven interaction. However, these advancements also come with significant cybersecurity risks, including harmful output, insecure code generation, ethical concerns, bias, and toxicity, and threats related to chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear misinformation. And this is the concern where we need to care for the people that we're even thinking of it. Because we need just things. We're having conferences and we are not bothered, nobody is actually thinking about it. The smart security of the people. We will all be the policeman to check AI. The society has to actually check AI for human to human. Okay? That being said, there are quite some other very sensitive things obviously under security. Think about having to look at harmful output. Yes, you can measure that. Some cybersecurity expertise actually will measure whether the system has harmful output, whether it has insecure code, insecure food. Some people are trained to have this kind of knowledge. Ethical risk, how to manageable and predictable. Then compare analysis of AI model risks. You need to compare them and try them to know what does not work. I think actually in Africa, one good story is that there is actually an emergence of the Africa IPv6 cybersecurity task force starting up in the continent, and I am particularly happy that this security aspect of this, particularly security vulnerability, that Africans are currently undergoing or doing at this organization or initiative will be able to change and report real time on some of people's activations in Europe, Asia, and other clients. So the call to action here that is just given and around us the call to action here is that we need to embrace AI for more food secure, and prosperous Africa. So this is the bottom line. Now, the transition, the transition to AI-powered agriculture is not just a technological shift, but a collective mission that requires the commitment of government, businesses, research institutions, farmers, and civil society. Government must establish policies that support AI adoption and foster innovation in innovation-driven ecosystems. Research institutions must conduct Africa-specific AI research, and that is what I kept saying. You actually cannot just pick a system and adopt it into the African ecosystem. They will change. Okay? Farmers must be trained and empowered to leverage AI tools for precision farming and farming experience. The citizens and advocacy groups must support equitable AI policies that promote sustainable inclusive agricultural development. By embracing AI collectively, Africa can unlock the future where technology empowers farmers and ensuring food security, rural prosperity, and economic growth across the continent. The time to act is now. Let us use the opportunity to transform African agriculture for generations to come. So thank you, and I'm happy that I'm very grateful for this presentation, and this comes to the end of my call to action, that it is actually everybody that is involved with what we need to do to uplift and make it ready for people to bring something for what works for agriculture, particularly in Africa, because I know some other clients have done better. So thank you so very much, moderator. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let's talk about this. We are all farmers. It does not matter who you are. If you have any questions,
Yes, thank you very much. Finally, at least we got it something, and we'll share because some technical hitch was there. So anybody having any question?
so the paper will be available so that we may balance the gaps.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your brilliant presentation. AI for research, rural research. Actually, we have learned a lot from you. So many questions, but I don't want to make any question or any kind of observation. I think may request Joyanto sir, please sum up. It's already 11:30.
Yeah, oh yes,
Thank you, sir.
yes,
Thank you, sir.
yes. I can imagine the time there.
No, in fact, today network is not helping us, either artificial intelligence or our intelligence. Even early morning, I also faced the same thing. Um, Anyway, today we had back-to-back three presentation and related to agriculture, rural research, and rural nutrition also. So Professor Chakraborty, then Professor Gulshan, and Dr. Amos also, all they make their share their thought and journey, as well as the experience, knowledge in this field. And it's a multi-bag kinds of thing. AI, a few tools already there. There are many more tools are available, and all these tools, some are paid, some are free version. And as you have seen in the first presentation, the AI for agriculture, they are also preparing the tools. So the techies, they are preparing the tools, and the people, we are using for that. And a different sector, either from education, from the health, the agriculture, different aspect we are using. It depends on whether if we are teacher, we are using some tool. If we are students are using some tools, many more things are coming. But AI becoming a hotspot is very important. In fact, even today, as I mentioned, today Government of India has presented a budget, and they in the budget they have specifically coming out to the Center of Excellence in AI, which is going to cater a different sector, and this particularly in the field of agriculture, it will play a big role. And when the agriculture will boost up, then definitely the rural development in other way. It has other application in the detection of diseases and the other, and also the solution for that. Nowadays, AI is using in various way in the health sector also. Similarly, as Professor Kurubak was discussing about how the AI is also playing a vital role in the field of education. So altogether, now it's an era of AI. So it can be used for youth. It can be used for particularly the employment generation also, because a lot of people are criticizing whether AI will take the jobs of human being or not. Uh, Even some people are thinking that AI may create job, further job. So how we will be ready to for that, and infrastructure, say for example, this network system and other. When we are talking about the digital empowerment, as much as possible, using of AI and other modern thinking, the artificial intelligence, and these all things are very very important. And but in the very beginning, we make a process for that, that it is should be AI should be a assistant, not replacing you. So our mind and our attitude, how we are going to take this use of this. And so all these topics are very relevant. Fewer example how it is going with the field, fewer application on that. So fewer hands-on things. So there are hands-on session also available. Tomorrow there are few hands-on session how this AI helping in various way. 8 days are not enough for that. And for us also, it is not that how we are learn to that, how we learn how to use that. So we are not making the things, the scientists and other the computer engineers and other, they are preparing the things, but we are trying to use it as much as possible. uh, but with the thing that it is going to assist us, either you are a researcher, either you are uh, teacher, either it's a field worker, how this AI is helping for the research, the different tools and techniques, even the use of social AI in the social media, use of tools in the making business. Nowadays, the business, the digital marketing, and other things are coming. So those things will be discussed when we have another 3 days. That means more sessions are coming, and in the power pack sessions, all these sessions will help you be there. And from Here, we would like to thanks to Professor Gulshan Kurbak as well as Dr. Amos. And I always believe that it is not a one session or two sessions kinds of thing. It's a long way journey, so I will request all of them to be with us and support our organization also to reach to the more people. So Dr. Amos will be glad you can also join with your organization to help us to reach more people and using more AI tools in future, so that we can deliver better and organization can also be treated as a because when we are starting, we should not think for that what happened to the other organization did that in the back here. Rather, we should think what is coming in the future. So our activities will be also help of AI, using the AI tools and other in our website. And so all together, thank you very much, all of you. And we are sharing the presentations and videos, but it is thing that we are finding a lot of people are not joining. I don't know, because they are getting easily the PPTs and the those things. So most probably we are not going to share the videos and PPTs in the next until and unless their course are completed and people are coming and that after exam. So if you are not attending the this presentation or the lectures, then we are not going to help to give you the videos and other. So after your exam and certificate distribution only, we will share the PPTs and videos. Otherwise, people are not joining. It is very embarrassing for us. So with this, let me stop here and we'll discuss other things in the group. Thank you very much.